Alright everybody, possum catching 102, the revision. We still have a possum problem. There's apparently that one we caught was a infant, and apparently the parental unit of the possum world is still at large, and he keeps getting in my trap and eating my bait and not getting caught. The trap is malfunctioning. That rod I have holding the door open keeps falling down and getting in the way of the door shutting. So I gotta do something with that. I got an idea. Let me show you what I've done. I took the same cage, the same kennel trap, and modified it. Instead of having the catch stick here, this red thing, propped up against this, I cut a notch in it so it slides up and down, but it catches on this notch on this little bar right here, which is outside the pathway of the door. I've also drilled a hole in the other end and wired it to the outside of the door. This way when the door shuts, there's nothing to restrict the door except for, I don't know, it won't be this thing anyway, because it'll slide down beside, straight shot in there. We're using the same trip mechanism and the same slider with the same grenade pin, but we have one-upped the game. Hang on a second, let me get a different shot of this. What? What's that, you say? That's a 75-cent mouse trap. Which I have it hooked to the trip pan with the same wire as before. That wire comes up through a hole I drilled in the actual trap. I think you can see the wire sticking up right here and is bent over on top of the bait lever. Okay, this is set, it's ready to go. And then I took a piece of fishing line and a swivel and hooked it on the catch, the little piece of spring loaded thing that flips back and forth. And I run fishing line down to the end of the red thing there. I think you can see the string coming off of it right here. And the idea is, when Mr. Possum Awesomeness, Mr. Awesome Possum, steps on the trip board, triggering the mousetrap, the bail will flip up, hence pulling the string, then pulling the rod up off of its catch, the bungee cord pulling the door to, the sliding down. So we're going to stand back and observe on this virgin test run. This would be a good time to have multiple cameras so you can see it all in action in a picture-by-picture situation. But since we're not doing that, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way and just trigger it. And this is pretty sensitive, if I'm not mistaken. Presto. Latch, door shut. Seems to have worked. We'll try it again. Hang on while I reset. Well, I'm here to tell you, that's a lot more tedious to set but it seems to work pretty fluid. So, yeah, I think we're going to give it a try. I'm going to fix up some bait, take it out there and set it. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this video on there. If I catch something in the next week or so, I'll show you that in one of my other videos. But hopefully this will be the new improved model and it'll work. Alright, we're going to watch it one more time. I'm going to trigger it and then we're going to try to go back and zoom in to different little bits of this and see if we can't slow motion it just for fun. I'm going to trigger it, then we'll watch the mousetrap, then we'll watch the slide, then we'll watch the door. The way it sounds, it's actually slower now because I took some of the pressure off the bungee cord, so the door's shutting slower, and the shaft, the catch for the door, is sliding along that plastic bottom, causing a little bit of resistance. So the door's not hitting so hard. I noticed earlier that it was shutting and bouncing back because it was hitting so hard, and then the thing would fall, the latch would fall. So I was missing it because of that too. I think this is going to work. We're going to bait it up and try it. So, awesome possum. With any luck, you'll be out of here, down there with your baby. Alright, thanks guys for watching that silliness. And, yeah, thanks for watching that silliness. And now we can get back to what's really important. You know, motorcycles and tattooed women. Mike, are you watching? Alright, so that's the plan. I gotta go bait this up and set it. And like Ronco, set it and forget it. I'll see you guys. Thanks for coming by. Well, that was a colossal pain in the butt. I took that trap out there and I went in the house, got some peanut butter and cat food and mixed it together and put it in that little bowl, set it in there. Then proceeded to trigger it, you know, set the trap. And I must have spent 30 minutes. Every time I'd have that little mouse trap just set, and let go, and it snapped. I finally had to come out here and get some pliers and tweak things a little bit. I finally got it set, and I didn't even try it. I just left it alone. I figure it's so sensitive, it's gonna go off. But, excuse me. Yeah, I just thought it was funny, man. It's like, really? Is that dang sensitive? I don't know, it may go off before the thing gets all the way in there. In which case, we've got a huge one of those kennels. If we don't catch him this one, I'm going to convert it over and use that big one. Because it's just getting annoying. I've come home several days and he's been up on my porch and just sits there and looks at me. A big sucker, man. Alright, see you guys. Bye-bye.